It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we know that we are getting back the Real Housewives of New York Season 13, and it's coming in hot. It's set to premiere on May 4th, and we have a couple newbies. We also have a couple of oldies that we haven't seen in a second. Real quick, I just want to talk about and celebrate our newbies, Ebony K. Williams, also Bershawn Shaw. Both of these ladies have never been a part of the Real Housewives of New York, and they're definitely new to the Bravo family. Now, while Bershawn Shaw did not, in fact, get an apple, Ebony K. Williams did. So we're excited to see how that plays out, especially after watching the explosive trailer where Ebony K. Williams is calling out Ramona Singer for calling her staff in the house the help. Ebony K. Williams said, "That's triggering for me. I don't appreciate you calling your staff the help," and just blatantly called out Ramona across the table. Ramona ended up doing a cheeky cheers saying, "Okay, here's the hospitality assistants." We see you, Ramona. And Bershawn Shaw had her own sort of tiff too, I guess you can say, after having an interaction with drunk Sonia Morgan. And I'm only saying drunk Sonia Morgan because clearly in this episode she was drunk. I'm not calling her a drunk. In this episode, she was inebriated, intoxicated, whatever you want to call it. She was that. And you can see her throwing her glass down and going after Bershawn Shaw. Leah ends up getting right in the middle and she's like, "Stop, no." And it seems like it's going very left, very fast. So these newbies, they're not only coming in, they're coming in hot. But we're not here to talk about the newbies today. While we will have that time to do it later, and I cannot wait, especially to watch them play out on the new season, we're actually here to talk about one of our Real Housewives of New York oldies. She's not really an OG, but her name is Heather Thompson. Remember? Holla! Yes, Heather Thompson. So Heather Thompson was actually filming with the women until she wasn't. Heather allegedly quit because of the direction that the cast and the show was going in. She felt like it wasn't conducive to her having a successful business, and this could be bad for her. We wanted to know exactly, why did you quit? Was it this alleged feud with Leah McSweeney? Because we did see in the trailer where Leah McSweeney is calling Heather Thompson a Karen, but Leah's denying all of these allegations. She's like, "I'm not the one who forced her to quit, and we weren't fighting enough for her to want to leave." But I do feel like she carries herself as a morally superior woman. I think that says it all. Now, moving forward, all of the women apparently are relieved that Heather Thompson walked away from the cast and the show, because last time she left some residual feelings. She not only left, but she didn't leave quietly. And that's one thing that is really hard to technically do, to leave and go ahead and bash the cast and then try to come back and integrate yourself into the show. Yeah, the women aren't going to trust you. And I think that's fair. Heather went on an episode of Watch What Happens Live one time with Andy Cohen, and she was dissing Sonia Morgan, saying that she liked her old face better, sort of dissing her facelift. And then she talked about drugs with LUANN de Lesseps. Now, guys, I don't know if you remember that iconic line from LUANN de Lesseps where she goes, "Just be cool. Don't be all uncool." Well, that came back from the cast trip to St. Bart's, and it was when she hooked up with the pirate. I know we all remember this, guys. So Heather's recollection of this story that she shared on her podcast while talking with Carol Radswell was this: "I was sleeping in my room, and all of a sudden I heard a knock at the door and LUANN's deep voice, and I got nervous." Why'd you get nervous, Heather? Oh, wait, there's more. She said that the pirate followed LUANN right behind her into the room, and she said, "We brought you a joint." And Heather said, "I'm like dead asleep, but hey, thanks. I appreciate it." But then other things happened. Harder drugs started to come out, and Heather then said, "I'm not cool with this." Now, this didn't happen on camera. This happened behind the scenes. This is obviously LUANN's private life. We know that she was navigating her sobriety and trying to figure out everything from rehab to getting arrested in Palm Beach. Hey, Palm Beach, getting arrested in Palm Beach. She's kind of been through it all. So why now? Why bring something like this up and just sort of run this smear campaign on someone when it's unnecessary? I think this just shows two women who were let go from the show, who were obviously a little bit bitter about it, and they wanted to come out and say what their real experiences were like filming with not only the rest of the women, but Bravo as a network. They wanted to, I guess, let us know what we didn't get to see behind the scenes, which is exciting for us. I just don't think it should be exciting at the expense of someone else's sobriety and their well-being. Now, of course, after all of these reports came out and after Heather started talking, an insider came forward after Heather quit this season of the show. The insider said she thought she was just going to jump right into the cast like none of this ever happened. Again, like I said, I feel like that's pretty hard to do. That's not all the insider said. There's more. Basically, she thought she was just going to jump right in and be a part of the group. However, she's been dragging the show and using the show and the other cast members at their expense for her own press and publicity. Ending that with, there's a line that you don't cross, and seems kind of desperate. I'm actually not going to lie, guys. I think that seems a little bit desperate too. If you walk away from the show or if you get fired from the show, enjoy it for what it was. Live in that moment. You had an experience, but I don't think you need to take the whole network and the show with you. I don't think that you have to start tearing down everybody in your way in order to get your name in a headline. If you're not interesting enough or doing something exciting enough to be in the headlines, then maybe you just shouldn't be in the headlines. Maybe you should just live a normal life. Hey, we all do it, right? So why can't you, Heather? It seems like she got a little addicted to the fame that came with it in the press, especially for her businesses. And yeah, I get that. You want press for your businesses, but I still have the sort of feeling about why would you do that at the expense of someone else's reputation and sobriety? Now, again, getting back to the fact that Heather wasn't really integrating into the cast that well, I guess we can say. She called Leah's behavior demeaning. She pretty much thinks that Leah is distasteful and not good for the show. She feels like when they were all filming before, it was a bunch of women who really have their stuff together, who live this lavish lifestyle, and Leah doesn't really fit into that mold. I don't necessarily think that's fair, only because she still has a successful clothing line, married to the mob. She has a daughter. She has real life problems. She's dealing with sobriety. She has everyday issues that she can bring to the table. And she knows how to get these women riled up. Honestly, Ramona, Sonia, and LUANN, while they still have little back and forths and tiffs, it's old. We need Ebony K. Williams to tell Ramona, you can't call the staff that's helping out in your house the help. We need Bershawn Shaw to look at Sonia Morgan and tell her, you're drunk. You're drunk. And not just coming from a friend. I don't know you, girl. You are drunk. We need these new personalities to come in who don't have this kind of secret code of protecting each other, to come in and just call it what it is. Call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. If it's on the table, let's talk about it. And you're not going to dictate how we talk about it. You're not going to paint this narrative and make it all cotton candy. If I'm bringing it up, I'm going to bring it up exactly the way I want to. And I'm going to do it with conviction, and I'm going to say it how I want to say it. That's why I'm excited for the newbies. And that's why I'm excited that Heather Thompson is no longer filming, well, while she quit filming, because she didn't offer that. She was sort of I don't know. I just didn't think she was that exciting. Don't get mad at me though, guys. I had a little bounce in my step because I don't mean to talk ish on anyone, but I just didn't find her to be that interesting. Not for the show, and that's okay. I've said this many times. It's okay if you're not that interesting for the show. A lot of people wouldn't be. 9 times out of 10, it just means that you're usually not a chaotic mess or aggressive or messy, wild. I don't know. I could keep going forever, but it's okay. Heather, it's time to let it go. In the words of Sutton Strack from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, let the mouse go. New York City, the Housewives of, that would be the mouse. Let it go, Heather. It's gone. Guys, I'm so curious what you think, though. Would you want Heather to come back? Were you even excited about Heather Thompson filming? Or are we more interested and excited about our newbies, Bershawn Shaw and Ebony K. Williams? Are you surprised that she quit? Are you surprised that she didn't get along with Leah? Because I'm definitely not. I feel like those are two totally different personalities. And once I found out Heather was going to be filming, I knew they weren't going to get along. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. Answer all the questions because I need the answers. I read all of your comments. I love it. I love listening to you guys, and I love when you share your opinions. So go ahead and do that. And before you go, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.